So what's your guys' names?
Arrie.
Loki.
How long have you guys been together?
Almost 8 months.
8 months? How'd you meet?
We met down here. He was coming off of work, and I was down in the alleyway, and he rode by, and I said what's up to him, and then ever since then, we kind of were inseparable.
Okay.
I don't think it's been a day we've been apart.
Right on. How long have you been on the streets?
2.5 years.
What about you, Loki?
About 8 months.
8 months. How'd
Before that, like about a year and a half.
how'd you end up on the streets?
More or less. I mean, I've been, couch surfing before I'd met her. But after I met her, I kind of just stayed by her side. That's why I've been like on the streets. Before that, I had houses to go to, places to go to, but
Right. It's hard with two people.
yeah.
What about you, Arrie? How'd you end up out here?
I was in foster care from the age of 11.
Oh, that's so special.
And I went through foster care until I was 18, and that was really rough, and I was constantly running away because of either not safe situations or abusive foster homes. And when I was 17, I didn't have really anywhere to go anymore. I used all my outlets and resources and all my friends to the point where they cut me off, and when I started drugs, it wasn't fun to put that burden on somebody. And so my homegirl that I was living with, she had her dad drop me off down here and said if I didn't figure something out, let him know, but they never responded. So I became stuck down here, and I didn't know anybody, and so my homegirl and his girlfriend, or my homeboy and his girlfriend, helped me like find my way out here and introduce me to people. And ever since then, I've kind of been out here. There's only been a few times I've been back to my hometown in Everett and gotten away, but I always end up back down here for some reason.
Right. What's the craziest thing you've seen out here, you think?
Craziest thing is nothing honestly too crazy. When I lived in my car up in Tacoma, I mean, I'd seen people, I'd seen some of the working girls get murdered in their tents, and the police not really care, and people's cars firebombed, car in front of me shot at. Here's not too bad. People chase with machetes and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy here.
Yeah, Tacoma's crazy.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Arrie?
Back when I was probably out here for the first 2 or 3 months, I was back in the alleyway where we all used to congregate and hang out and kick it. We had gone back there, and one of the homies that I used to see around here a lot, his name was long hair native something. He was a native Mexican dude that had long hair and a whole bunch of tattoos. And my homeboy's brother, his name was President, found out that the dude stole from him and came back there with a machete and headbutted him. It was just really fucking crazy and shit. And it was probably the most adrenaline rushing crazy thing I've seen out here.
Right. How would you describe the streets of Olympia? What's it like being out here? People that don't know, people that have never been out homeless or anything.
It gets tiring. At first, it may seem I guess it would seem adrenaline rushing fun. It's kind of out of the, I wouldn't say out of the norm, but kind of it's a new thing, it's a new feeling. But once everything, it gets old after the drugs wear off and the money starts fading, it gets a little to the point where you're having to crawl tooth and foot for it. And I don't get a lot of the younger teenagers out here that have homes that come down here and try to act like they're homeless, because it's not anything they want or need. It's not fun, and it's not like we want to be out here. Some of us are actually just stuck without anybody.
Right. What would you describe it being sick? For people that have never been dope sick before, or people that don't know what it's like waking up like that?
Some of the worst feeling you ever had.
I would say, if you've never been dope sick, the way to describe it would be, imagine you're rotting from the inside out, or even you're experiencing death in a new form without dying.
Hot and cold sweats, sweating, but also cold.
You want to throw up, uncontrollably sneezing, you don't want to get up, you don't have the body, functionality to wake up or get up, and it's just something that you don't want to deal with. And if you've never done Fetty, just don't do it.
Right.
It's
Have
not
you-
an addiction I want.
How often are you guys sick out here?
We try to keep ourselves from being sick a lot, but I could say probably more than times on my hands we've been sick, but we've figured out a way to get past that and to keep ourselves steady.
We work hard.
Yeah.
Not being sick.
We actually were recently talking about trying to get clean and get out of here.
It's awesome. Is there anything anybody could do to help you get clean, or what would that look like for you guys?
He wanted to do methadone and get back on his job, and I don't really want to be addicted to methadone, and I've cold turkey a couple times and done it all myself, so it's really the emotion of fighting and actually wanting to do it rather than feeling like I need to or have to. So it's really on my part. I have to put accountability to myself and just do it.
Both being on the same page at the same time.
Right. It's difficult in a relationship for sure. Is there anything you want to say to kind of describe? Let's see, what you would need to get clean, like would you get housing or?
I mean,
Housing always makes it a lot easier in
Yeah.
the sense of like you don't have to be out here in the thick of it and
yeah.
have to see
the drugs, be around the drugs,
yeah
be within the drugs of
you
everything.
can separate yourself from things.
And definitely like fucking, we have probably a 3-month-old kitten named Sativa, and like not having to trade or ask people to go boost cat food for dope would be nice, you know, having the money to be able to feed my cat and feed us and clothe ourselves and, you know, bathe ourselves and have a nice place to stay would be a lot better than having to be out here, you know, having our tent slashed and raining all the time and just dirty stuff stolen, you know, cat hungry.
That in itself makes it hard to do
Yeah.
anything else other than just surviving, you know?
Right. So yeah, you guys got your tent slashed recently, like a couple times, right? The cops did it. You said.
Yeah.
The cops were like 3 days ago, 4 days ago came by, and because we were 3 hours late on pulling our tents up because we're not allowed to have our tents past 7 a.m. You know?
And it was a weekend,
They
so we
ripped
didn't
our whole
know.
rain fly apart, and so basically making your tent almost unusable when it comes to wind and rain, and it's
Pacific Northwest.
Right.
just a cop just being a complete asshole. It wasn't because of any reason other than him just wanting to be an asshole. He could have done it in a different way and came about it completely different, but he wanted to just be an asshole and rip yourself.
And then the next day, he had done the same thing to my friend's tent and actually took a knife and cut
the rain fly.
the whole tent apart.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I've heard that there's actually been multiple accounts for this person, the same officer doing the same thing to people.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize the cops are kind of definitely hurting people out here.
Oh yeah.
a lot. We see it all the time.
More than one way.
Yeah.
The cops are not assets here. They're our enemies.
There's some good ones, of course, and everywhere, but it's few and far between. I feel like some of them feel like they can't. There's nothing they can do. Some of them try to help. Fewer amount try to help, and then there's the other ones that are just they hate. They seem to hate homeless people or hate. They have a vendetta against them. So it feels like.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of people do, especially in Olympia. Olympia's changed a lot.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of housing programs out here, but obviously, I mean, we both know they don't really seem to work. They put people in the same place. Yeah.
And then get clean, but you're in a place like the Days Inn or something where it's literally everywhere
drug
around
house.
you. Yeah.
Right.
It's basically a giant trap house. So,
Well,
Yep.
I do, since being in foster care, I have extended foster care benefits, but those don't really kick in for a couple months until I get all that shit approved. And it's hard to do that on the streets because you don't have for sure address to send any of that information to,
When
or
they call
have
your
any.
phone's dead, or,
my phone's dead all the time. I had a schedule to claim my EFC money this week, and I missed the social worker about 5 times because my phone was dead. And it's hard out here because there's not really resources to charge your phone unless you have to mob all the way to the other side of town.
Yeah, there's like one place, the library, and everywhere else. I mean, you're basically
and even when we
excluded.
go there, they kick us out because we can't leave our cat outside in the cart, and we can't bring the cat inside. So we have to take turns, and that just puts a lot of a harder chance of getting everything charged because we have to juggle back and forth between both person.
Yeah, it just makes it even more difficult.
And and people down here don't like homeless, so they try to cause every way to block us from any resources they can use.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. Do you guys? So just the normal citizens out here, how do you get treated by them?
We have a few that are pretty friendly. I've had multiple people since having the cat.
Is that a cat? You guys got a cat?
since having the cat that have stopped and like tried to say hello to the cat. We're actually very famous down here for our cat.
Yeah,
And there's another gentleman down here that also has a black cat that gets mistaken for ours. And when we had our kitten, when he was a kitten, they had tons of people stop, and they all know his name. They all give us food for him sometimes.
Right around our shoulder.
Yeah, so we get treated nicely when we have the cat, but without it, we definitely get treated differently.
Yeah.
Right. For sure. Is there anything you want to say before I wrap it up?
Definitely one thing I'd say is if you're a female in the streets, please always be aware of being alone or going places without somebody you trust, because there's not a lot of people you can trust out here, and you never know what people can do out here or what they're capable of. Because we found a lot of our friends dead from people we never knew could do that.
Yeah. Were you guys around when Ezreal was out here?
No, I don't think so.
I won't get into that part then. So I'm going to put a GoFundMe for you guys down there. Do you have CashApp?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll have the CashApp down there too if anybody wants to donate to you guys to help out with any food, voice charge your phone, anything like that. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Arrie and Loki. They've been an awesome couple. They've been really supportive of the videos I've been making, helping me find people, and they're really excited to do this video. So if you could help out in any way, down in the description you'll find the GoFundMe. Anything you can do to help them out would be awesome. Thank you.